Hi there. This practice was inspired by something that my husband and I are constantly saying. We are constantly saying slow down in the transitions. I talked about why we started saying it and why it's so important to us in the community. I will make sure to link to that post down below, but you don't need to read the post now in order to do this practice, though I do recommend that you go check it out at some point. Anyhow, when you hear slow down in the transitions, what comes to mind for you? Go ahead, take a moment, think about it. It might mean something a little different for everyone, but here in this practice, we'll take it pretty literally by actually slowing down in the moments between our poses. So that's what I encourage you to do during this practice. Move as slowly and as intentionally and as mindfully as you possibly can as we move from one pose to another, remembering that the transitions are just as important, if not more important, than the poses themselves. How we get there matters just as much as getting there. Okay, so we're going to start standing. We're at the short front edge of our mats. Our feet are about hips width apart and our arms are down by our sides. Bring your attention to your breath. On your next inhale, as slowly as you can, circle your arms up, allowing this motion, this movement to fill up the entire length of your inhale. And as you exhale, circle your arms down, filling up the entire length of your exhale with this movement. Continue inhaling to circle up, moving slowly. And exhaling to circle down, moving with intention. Allow the unique pace of your breath to decide how quickly or how slowly you move. The next time your arms are by your sides, leave them there. Then on your inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, circle your arms down and back as you hinge forward at the hips. Bring your torso parallel with the floor in your forward fold. Fingertips are pointed behind you, arms are straight and by your sides. Notice where your weight is in your feet. On your next inhale, circle your arms up by your ears so that your fingertips are now pointing forward and your arms are by your head. Notice where your weight is now in your feet. Maybe it's shifted. Did you notice it shifting as it was shifting? Circle your arms back down by your sides so that your fingertips are pointing behind you. Notice where your weight is now. Release your arms down by your feet or your ankles and allow your torso to hang freely. Draw your chin in towards your chest. Nod your head slowly, yes. Shake your head, no. Come to center. Slowly bend your knees. Then roll up. Take as much time as you can. Shift your weight to the left. And then slide your right foot forward. Noticing how it feels for your feet to glide, or your foot to glide across the floor. And then point your right foot. Slowly circle your leg and your foot out to the right and then behind you. Continue circling it until it is crossed behind you. Then cross your legs. Reposition your weight. On an inhale, circle your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly come up to stand. Uncross your legs. Reposition your weight. Then shift your weight to the right. Slide your left foot forward. Left foot points. Circle your left leg and foot out to the side, behind you, and across to the right. Then cross your legs. Reposition your weight. On an inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Slowly come back up. Uncross your legs. Reposition your weight. On your next inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees. Come onto your hands and your knees. Uncurl your toes. And on an inhale, arch your spine. Stay arched as you bring your feet together and your knees out wide. Deepen the arch if it feels good to do so. Then on your next exhale, round your spine. Send your hips to rest on your heels. Walk your hands forward. Lower your forehead down. Child's pose. Come up. Allow your feet to separate and bring your knees closer together, about hips width apart. Walk your hands forward. Walk your knees back. Bend your elbows. Come all the way down. Slide your elbows forward and your hands forward so your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Lower down. Turn your hands out so they're at a 45-degree angle. Press into your hands and slowly begin to straighten your arms to bring you up into what in yin would be called seal. Lower down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press into the tops of your feet. Straighten your arms. Lift your hips so they're floating and your knees are floating above the floor. Chest is high. Lower your knees, lower your hips, bend your elbows. Press up onto your hands and your knees. Bring your big toes together and your knees out wide. Child's pose. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Straighten one leg behind you, followed by the other leg. Step your right foot forward. Walk your right foot over towards your left wrist. So it kind of feels like your right foot is either in line with your left foot in this low lunge, or maybe it feels like your legs are crossed, though separated. Straighten your front knee, and then turn towards one of the long edges of your mat. Forgive me for having my bottom to you. Turn towards what was previously the back foot. Bend what was previously the back knee to come into a low lunge at the other end of your mat. Straighten your bent knee. Turn towards a long edge. And then turn towards your right foot to come back into the low lunge that we started in. Lower your back knee. Uncurl your back toes. Walk your right foot farther across to the left and lower that knee and leg down towards the mat to come into pigeon. You can remain high or you can come down low. You can leave your foot farther away from your groin or you can pull it in. You've got options. Shift your weight to the right, bend your back leg, and bring it forward. Straighten your left leg. Pull your right foot in closer. Flex your left toes. Reach your arms up. And then slowly, that's the word of the day, isn't it? Come into a forward fold. Come up. Bend your left foot. Bring the soles of your feet together. Allow your knees to fall away from one another for bound angle. Notice if one leg feels different compared to the other. Place your hands behind you and then make your way onto your hands and your knees. Slide one leg back, followed by the other. Step your left foot forward, and then walk your left foot close to your right wrist. Straighten your left leg and turn to face one of the long edges of your mat. Then continue to turn so that you are facing the opposite short edge of your mat than where we started. Bend the now front knee so you're in a low lunge. Straighten your leg, turn first to that long front edge, or I should say long edge of your mat, and then back to the short front edge of your mat. Walk your left foot towards your right wrist. Lower your back knee, uncurl your back toes, then lower your left leg down towards the mat. And draw your foot in as close to your groin as you'd like. Decide if you'd like to stay up or come down. Shift your weight to the left, bend your back knee, and sweep it to the front. Draw your left foot closer to your groin. Flex your right toes, reach your arms up overhead, and on your exhale, forward fold. Come up. Bend your right knee and bring the soles of your feet together for bound angle. On your inhale, lengthen your spine. On an exhale, make your way into a forward fold and bound angle. Come up. Place your hands behind you. Bring your elbows down. Bring your knees together. Lie down. Allow your knees to fall towards each other. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Turn your palms to face up. Breathe here. Straighten one leg. Then the other. Our practice will come to a close here in Shavasana. Stay here for as long as you would like. I will leave you here for now. Be well.